So let's start. The first step that you're going to do is access your software. So I want you to come to the left corner and click Start to access all your programs. Probably if you have a good installation, you will have a couple of Aspen softwares. Here you can see the different folders named Aspen. So all of them are important because HYSYS will integrate with some of them. We're going to go back and forth. So sometimes you activate like a icon and that icon automatically connect with the others. So that's why Aspen is very robust because it can communicate with multiple software. So if you come here and see the drop-down menu, you can see a couple of HYSYS softwares that are available. What we're going to be working with is the Aspen HYSYS V11. If this is your first time using this software, we're going to be using it a lot. So I recommend you to right-click and maybe pin this to the start or create a shortcut on your desktop. I already have it here on my start menu. So I'm going to come here, click Aspen HYSYS and open it up. This message will pop up. You close it. Depending on your memory and your Wi-Fi, this process may take longer. If your software is correctly installed, you should successfully be on this page. If you haven't, you may need to contact IT to make sure that the installation is correct. So if this is your first time opening the software and you have never created a case study, you probably have this recent model empty. I have worked with this, so I have models available. In our case, we're going to click New, but just in a moment. I want you to see different things here. So on the top menu, we have a ribbon that allows us to get some training and access some features of the software. Some of the features are not available for us because we have an educational license. So let's go ahead and click New Case. Here you are on the first environment of the simulator. So the first thing that I want you to notice on the left bottom corner, there's a couple of tabs that you can try to click. Some of them are available like properties, but once you try to click the other ones, you're not going to be able to access them. However, these are main environments. So every time I click one of those, everything that I'm looking at is referring to that particular big environment. So these are the environments in the Aspen HYSYS interface. The first environment is the properties environment. So in this environment, we will be able to set up all of the components and fluid packages. There's going to be another video describing exactly how we're going to do this, but this is just to get familiarized with it. The other environment is called the simulation environment, and here is where you create your process flow diagram. So you connect your units, you create your streams, you do your recycles, and all of those tools are available in the simulation environment. The next one is safety analysis. In this one, it allows you to create, define, and size pressure safety valves as part of an overpressure protection system, preventing loss of life and equipment and reducing capital expenditure. The next one is the energy analysis, and it's an environment that lets you pass your simulation values through and specifications to Aspen Energy Analyzer, where you can estimate the actual energy cost and commercial gains against various what-if scenarios. On the top, you can find the ribbon, the main ribbon panel. This one helps you to maximize productivity. It is commonly used to edit different parts of the case that you'll be creating. So if you notice, here you have navigate, components, refining. So there's multiple things and quick shortcuts that you can get from this. Some of the features of the ribbon depends on where you're clicking on the main workplace. On the left side, you have what we call the navigation pane. The navigation pane contains forms, flowsheet plots, and other windows that appear with separate tab links to the shared navigation pane outlined in red. So as you can see, right, you have two different types of folders. You have things that are in red, that means that it is underspecified, and things that are blue means that they're okay. Okay means that they're enough for you to proceed in the simulation. However, you may need to add reactions, and if you don't tell that to the simulator will never know that you have reactions. So some things are okay to go, but you are, as the user, should know what things you need to customize based on your system. This, what you see, this big window on the center, it is the workplace. So depending where are we, so let's say we double click the component list. You see, this is the component list tab that is open. If we come here to fluid packet, the fluid packet tab's open. So the workplace is where you're actually going to be building your flow sheet, where everything that you input into the system will be managed. On the top corner, left corner, you will have your save button. My advice is to save often. System crashes, so you don't want to lose your work, so you're always saving. The other important thing that you can find here is the help button on the right corner. Okay, the help button will be your best friend. If you have a question on the software that you don't understand, please go first to the help, because if you come to me, I will probably go to the help first if I don't know. And then if there's no solution here, you don't understand, then contact me on Microsoft Teams or by email for questions about the software operation. So the cool thing about the help button is that it's sensitive depending on where you are. For example, if I come here to component list and I click help, notice that the first thing that comes is about the HYSYS property environment, and it goes through the initial stages on how to add a component. If I close here and I click petroleum assay, let's say, I click here on the help, and will automatically take me to the place where I can read about petroleum assay. And the same thing happens when you are here in the workplace and you have a question, automatically will sense, right, where are you? And the help button will guide you to your answer. The other cool thing about the help button, not only the left side that you can quickly see what's going on, but you can also search. So if I search here, hotkeys, a couple of results appear. I'm going to pick the one that best fit my search. And you can see here the hotkeys or shortcuts for your software. An important thing that I want to mention is that Mac users like myself, I have a Mac, so my keyboard is Mac-based. Some of the commands may not work as if you are using a Windows computer. I do connect to a Windows computer, so what you're seeing right now is a remote access computer that I have with the software installed. So the problem may be that if you're a Mac user, some of these hotkeys or shortcuts may not work. Some of them will do, so I just want you to see it and get familiarized, because shortcuts do help and speed up some of the process. Why we're learning all of this, why we're going to spend so much time in our curriculum to learn software simulators. So software simulators allow us to conduct what-if studies. So in a typical chemical engineering problem, you know the equation, you know the knowns, there are unknowns, and then you find an answer. You may do derivations and create an analytical solution, and sometimes you can use Excel or some other data analysis software to graph the behaviors between variables. Here, you have not only one particular equation and solve it, but you have multiple equations being solved for multiple units and multiple streams. So it is a very complex system where you can conduct what-if studies. So it is very, very powerful if you want to explore behaviors and trends on a whole full system or process flow diagrams that you know that includes multiple units within it. Also, you can get information about specification checks, plan of configurations, if you're going to be changing the topology of the system, if you're going to be upgrading or changing the type of heat exchanger, you can have those design checks along the simulator. You can carry out debenching of constricting parts of a process studies, so you can move apart pieces of your simulators and your process in order to conduct different studies towards it. You can also conduct bottleneck studies, so you can get data from your company, input in the software, and kind of analyze where are the places where the process is slowing down. And you know that slowing down means loss of profit, loss of production. So it does affect significantly the production of the company. You can perform sensitivity and optimization analysis. We will explore this in this class in different ways, and these are really, really important to see what are the constraints of the process and what are the optimum values of operations for the process. And typically we don't find one value, we find ranges of values and constraints to the process. You can design better chemical plants or processes just by having this tool available. And you can include profitability, safety, and emission in existing plants. So you can do those type of studies, documented, validated with a real process, and be sure that you can do educated decisions about how to improve the process. In this class, we're going to be looking at steady state simulation. However, once you know how to use HYSYS, you can export and use all of that knowledge to create dynamic simulations. So what you should do next? So first, make sure that if you watch this video and you don't have this installation completed, that you need to install your software. The software installation instructions are available in Canvas. There's a PDF with all the instructions. If you have questions about the installation of the software, I am not the person to contact. It has to be through Victor de la Cruz, who is our IT person in chemical engineering. All that information is located on Canvas. Make sure that HYSYS is running correctly, and if you pass through this video, it means that it should be running correctly. Make sure to resolve any technical issues by contacting IT. Be a self-learner and use the HYSYS help icon. It will be your best friend, okay? You just need to own your learning process and make sure that you research if you don't understand how to use a particular part very well. Complete this video assignment on Canvas, so go and finish this assignment with a short quiz that you're going to have available there, and just have fun integrating simulations into your class. These skills can be added into your resume. These skills can be used to get different type of jobs in different industries. So just enjoy it and try to take as much as you can from all the training I will be producing in this class.